Hello everyone, back again with me Dante from Dante's Book Talk with another book review. And today I'm going to talk about The Exorcist like I promised you last week. This book is truly amazing, and although it didn't really scare me, I was still shocked by some of the things that happened in this novel. But did it manage to get a 5 out of 5 from me? Well, let's talk about it. So The Exorcist tells the story of an 11-year-old girl named Regan McNeil whose conditions start to deteriorate or worsen for no apparent reason. At first, her mother, Chris McNeil, tries to bring her to a doctor, but apparently the doctor can't find any causes. And even when her mother brings her to a psychiatrist, still nothing changes. At one point, someone suggests them that they bring in a priest to perform an exorcism. That is the moment when a Jesuit priest is called in. But is it true that there is a demon inside Regan's body? And even if it is, can Regan still be saved? Okay, so the first thing that I like about this novel is the fact that it doesn't immediately bombard you with jump scares or cheap horror tricks. But you still get to see some unusual and weird things happen, and these things just create, an eerie atmosphere. And this also makes the story much more suspenseful because we know that there is something, happening, but we just don't know when it will all go down. And when it does happen, what will happen? And trust me when I say that when the horrible things eventually happen, they are truly shocking. I also love the fact that this is not just a horror novel, but also a mystery novel, because essentially there are two mysterious cases. One of them is a murder, and the other is a case of desecration. And there is a lieutenant of detectives who's trying to find out who did all of these things. I didn't expect there to be any mysteries, but they surely make the story much more intriguing. And in this novel, there is also a message about love and how we should love others, not necessarily because they will love us back or maybe because we feel the joy of love, but because we will ourselves to love others. And moreover, there was also a message about how we shouldn't feel unworthy of God's love, because God forgives us and loves us no matter what, even though we have committed sins. And that's exactly what God also asks us to do, to love others no matter what. So I just love the fact that this horror novel is actually filled with religious messages. There's also a priest in this novel that explains that demonic possessions, or these cases of possessions, don't always have to be extraordinary. Evil can still be present, even in the little things. Maybe when we keep feelings of hatred or maybe contempt towards other people, or maybe when we don't want to forgive others for their mistakes. Evil is present in these moments. And it's the same thing with God. Although God doesn't really show himself in his full glory in this novel, there are still good things that we can be grateful for. So really, more often than not, it's just the little things that we might not notice or we take for granted. There is also a thing about science and religion in this novel, and I just love the fact that this novel pushes aside the idea that science and religion are incompatible, or somehow religion is against science, or the church, doesn't believe in science. And I love it because the church actually does acknowledge the importance of science, It acknowledges the fact that science can help us to understand the things that happen around us. We can actually see this from one of the characters in the novel, and that is Father Damien Karras, who is a psychiatrist and a priest. In the past, the Society of Jesus, or the Jesuits, actually sent him to a medical school to learn. And at first, he actually doesn't want to perform exorcism. He wants to use all the things that he has learned to understand what is really going on. And I just love the fact that the novel actually shows this, because the church truly knows that the truth can be found in science and in religion. And in this novel, I guess there's also a message about faith, how when things don't make sense anymore, maybe it's time for us to take that leap of faith. It's not that we can't use reasons and logic to understand the things that happen around us. We can, but at one point our mind, reaches its limit and we can't comprehend everything. And when that happens, it's actually okay to trust God. This novel also has some, fun and witty dialogues and conversations. And there are also some quotable sentences in this novel, and here are some of my favorites. And yeah, those are all the good things that I found from this novel, and right now it's time for you to subscribe and turn on that notification bell on. And also share and like this video as well, especially if you like it, which I hope you do. Thank you. Okay, the cons. To be honest with you, there aren't that many. In fact, there are only 2 of them. The first one is the fact that there is this one character who plays an important role, but we don't actually get to know the character that much. I guess it would have been better had we been given a chance to, get to know this character a little more. Sometimes the things in this novel can get a little too scientific. It didn't really bother me though, and I actually found them to be, fascinating. I just want to point it out because I guess it might bother some people. And yeah, those are the only 2 cons that I found in this novel. But even then, I still believe that this novel is just all around amazing. It's great, it's horrifying, disturbing, bizarre, and most importantly, it gets a 5 out of 5 from me. And in my opinion, it doesn't really matter whether you are a fan of the horror genre or not, you still need to give this book a shot because it's truly great. So yeah, have you read this novel or have you seen the movie? What do you think about them? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comment below and let me know. I'll definitely check them out. And yeah, with that, my name is Dante from Dante's Book Talk. Thank you for watching and staying. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.